Leukemia is a cancer of the blood. This cancer overproduces white blood cells and kills one's immune system. Once the immune system is killed, the patient can be vulnerable to any type of bacteria or virus. The common cold could kill the patient. In order to raise awareness about this cancer, I decided to set up a bone marrow drive. I also decided to advertise the facts about leukemia and was featured in the Star Advertiser as well as the KHON2 News. My character is my mom. She was diagnosed with acute leukemia on the second day of Carnival my junior year, and since then, my life has changed. My plot began on that second day of Carnival, where the doctors told her she wasn't leaving the hospital. I learned about leukemia fast. She underwent a series of chemo. She responded well after the first chemo treatment and was released. She was doing good for a while, but the leukemia came back, just in time for Christmas. The doctors told us that a transplant would be needed. I decided to start spreading awareness. In order to find a match, in order to donate bone marrow, people have to be registered in the Be the Match organization. I found out that in order to be a match, one has to match ethnicities, blood type, and then DNA. With everybody's different ethnicity backgrounds, you can imagine how hard it is to find a match, as well as DNA. You can imagine how hard it is to find the same person with the same or similar DNA. I wanted as many people signed up as possible. Therefore, my bone marrow drive targeted especially Native Hawaiians. To find a Native Hawaiian match, there's a 0.1% chance. My mom is 50% Hawaiian, so I spread awareness and told people to come. Not only do I want to help my mom, but I want to help others too. If someone has more than one ethnicity, they only have a 3% chance to find a match. But if they are one race, such as Caucasian, the chance to find a match is 80%. I got 83 people signed up on my drive, and that's a huge number compared to the average 30 people. The PICC line is a common way that doctors choose to insert liquids in a patient's body. It's a hard tube that is inserted into the vein of the arm and into the artery of the heart, so liquids and medication can be spread quickly. Some of the following footage is the process of inserting the PICC. Therefore, if you are not good with blood, please avoid the scattered footage. The issue is the struggle to find a match. There is a small window of opportunity to get a transplant. The patient has to be in remission in order to get a transplant, which means that if that small window opening closes, there has to be no current leukemia in their body, as the leukemia chemo is the strongest chemo that is given. A lot of people die waiting for a match, and that's why I want to create more awareness about this. There is also costs that play into part that are struggles. When a patient is matched with their ethnicities, they have to match their DNA. In order to match one's DNA, it has to go through typing, which is a two-step process. The first step of this process is $3,500. The next step is the same amount. This money is not covered by insurance, therefore it's pocket money. This is another struggle that patients go through, and there's a high demand for matches, although the supply is very small. Only 2% of the US is registered with BeTheMatch.com. Therefore, the supply is very small. I would like to make a change in this community so more people can find a match, and less family have to suffer. More bone marrow drives need to happen, as well as more awareness needs to be spread. Another part of the awareness is that once one is signed up, they should go through with their commitment. My mom has had matches that didn't want to go through with their donation, or just didn't update their contact information and couldn't get in contact with them. while it only gives us a minimal discomfort.
I want to be nasty, watch me nasty.
Organizing this bone marrow drive was very hard. I had to contact the head of the bone marrow drives and set up a date and place. I also had to set up the tables as well as the paperwork and so on. There's two different ways of donating. The first way, the extraction of bone marrow through a syringe from the pelvic bone. Anesthesia would be given, and the syringe would be inserted into the pelvic bone, and it would extract bone marrow. The second way, that is fairly new, and it also is preferred by people, is a 6-day process. For 5 days, every day, a shot is given. The shot is given to produce stem cells quickly. On the 6th day, stem cells are drawn from the blood. A needle goes to the vein of one arm and runs the blood through this machine that lets the other blood with less stem cells go back in through your other arm. My initial goal has been kept. Making a bone marrow drive was what I initially shot for, and I have accomplished more than that. I have helped run more than 20 drives. I also wanted to spread awareness. That's what I've done and will continue to do. I've learned a lot about leukemia since my mom has been diagnosed, and I've learned my passion for helping others. I hope to make a change in every leukemia patient's life.